Alors, salut Ethan et bienvenue au corps pour jeudi. Right, I hope you're all well and enjoying lockdown. Let me tell you what we're going to do today. So last lesson we did some reading and listening, and I think that was a challenging lesson. But today the challenge is getting even higher because we were doing some writing and then some speaking. Now this is important to you guys because as soon as we're back, whenever we're back year 10, you will be doing a speaking exam. We do a practice in year 10 to get you ready and to go for it. Now this is nothing to worry about. You've done loads of practices before. In today's challenge, the picture card, they're the hardest bit of the speaking exam, and you've done them loads, so you're going to be ready for this. Now, this is still the ultimate challenge for you because the picture card, as you'll find out today, it tests you on more than one module. So we're going to look at it for module 4, right? But you'll still be able to add in bits from module 3, 2, and 1, or you'll still need to, and that's why it's such a challenge. Speaking in French is a challenge as it is, but this is why we're all here, guys. I know we're all here to get a good grade in our GCSE this season. We will. But even better, we want you all to leave Glenthorne with the confidence to speak in French when you're 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, if you live that long with coronavirus. So that's what it's all about, guys. That is what we're going to do today, a bit of speaking. Alors, donc, mes petits, s'il vous plaît, il faut inventer les dates, copier les titres du genre, et sur le contrôle de post-it, tu peux faire ça directement dans le cahier. S'il vous plaît, comment dit-on en français les 6 choses ici? Voilà, on y va. Put me on pause as you do that, please. Alors, mes petits, right, today we're going to test you then on talking about the positives and negatives of where you live and what you do there. Therefore, last lesson's vocabulary is absolutely crucial. So, if you're not sure about it, when you stop the video now, spend 10 minutes on memorize and then come back and go for it. Or, when you watch last lesson, have a look at what we did last lesson, look at the revision activities, and then come back to this. We'll revise the vocab to start together. Then what we'll do is I'll talk about the speaking card and then you're going to go for it. So before all that, let's do our control de post-it. You can use all 6 of these things today in your speaking card. So you better know them. Let's go for it. In my town there is, en français c'est, dans ma ville, il y a. There was, so il y a is there is. It's the imperfect tense. Il y avait is there was, and that links to number 3. When I was a kid, quand j'étais un enfant. Now, even if you're not asked today, what was your town like when you were a kid? You can still use this. If it says give a description of your town in the speaking exam, you can go for it. Why don't you put in quand j'étais enfant, il y avait un grand cinéma, mais maintenant c'est fermé. Quel dommage, j'ai adoré aller au cinéma quand j'étais jeune. J'ai vu The Jungle Book ou quelque chose. Anything like that, guys, that'll make your answers even better. Use these phrases today, even if it doesn't ask you to. All right, numéro 4. If it's nice weather, si il fait beau. Put them together, s'il fait beau. So you can say that if it says like what activities do you like doing in your area, you can say s'il fait beau, j'aime aller à la plage parce que, and develop your things. All right, we celebrate. Nous fêtons is what you need. You can say nous célébrons aussi, mais nous fêtons marche. And then I wore, there's 2 ways to say it. You can either have j'ai porté ou j'ai mis. Now again, you can use this if it says, what did you do last weekend in your local area? When you talk about the weather, when you talk about what you wore and what you did, when you talk back to module 3 and talk about a celebration, see what you can do, guys. Right, let's have a warm up of our vocab and then we'll get on to our speaking card for today. Allez! Voilà, mes petits. Alors, donc, arrêtez. Stop saying this is too difficult. Look, to help you out, all these are in the right order. So you don't even need to look for the right one. The problem is, I've taken away every letter apart from le premier lettre ici. Alors, non, je veux donner un exemple. There isn't any. Il n'y a pas de. There are too many. Il y a trop de. There are lots of. Il y a beaucoup de. Facile. Guys, you'll have 36 seconds. Why don't you prepare yourselves? Make sure you've got no vocabulary out, nothing to help you with this. I want this to be a genuine test. When you're ready, restart the video. Alors, on commence. 1, 3, 2, 1, allez! A lot tougher. First column is almost gone, people. Et environ 20 secondes, je crois. 15. Soyez rapides. 10. Alors, allez, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et c'est fini tout le monde. Alors, bon effort, guys. If you got to 15 on this, you've done really well. You are ready. Alors, so year 10, you can do it in word form and you know the vocabulary, but this is going to be a bigger challenge. Now, for this, there is no preparation time, all right? The fun is to time yourself and how quickly you can do this. So don't prepare, just go for it. I want you to set a timer on your phone, like a stopwatch, counting up to see how many seconds you can do this in. Then I'm going to count you down, and then I want you to just hit pause. And I want you to race yourself to see how quickly you can hit the questions to the answers. Now, these questions here, they could be on your real speaking GCSE. This is what I could ask you. So you need to be prepared for this. They could be on your writing as well. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to give you an example and then I'll count you down and pause me. Time yourself. All right, ready? Où habites-tu? J'habite dans une ville qui s'appelle Sutton. Où est-ce que ta ville se situe? Ma ville se trouve dans le sud-est de l'Angleterre. Quels sont les avantages d'habiter ici? Il y a plusieurs de restaurants au centre-ville. Voilà. Right, guys. No way you'll be faster than that. No preparation. Put me on pause now and then race yourself. 3, 2, 1. Allez. Okay, hopefully you got a decent time there. This is going to be, it might be simpler. Again, I don't want any preparation. You've got to think on your feet. That's the most difficult and challenging part of this exam. But there's nothing you can't do. And this is why we're all learning French, people. You won't, when you go to France, have someone say something in French to you and say, just give me a minute to think about it, draft my ideas and answer. No way. You got to speak on the spot. And that's what we're developing too. And that's what we're going to do now. Donc, c'est exactement la même activité. On your phone, put your stopwatch back to 0. See how fast you can do it. Je veux 5 mots minimum. Donc, il faut répondre à la question ici en 5 mots minimum. Donc, où habites-tu? J'habite à Sutton, en Angleterre. 6 words, flair. Où est-ce que ta ville se situe? Ma ville se situe près de Londres. Quels sont les avantages d'habiter ici? L'un des avantages est il y a un grand Nando's. Voilà, alors donc, down to you. Put your stopwatch on 0, pause me, and commence. 1, 3, 2, 1, allez! Hello, year 10, right, you've looked at the vocabulary and you started to put your ideas together, but I want some longer, more advanced ideas today, and this activity is aimed to do that. Alors, je vais expliquer en français, hein. Vous savez déjà ce qu'il faut faire. Ici, vous avez les phrases en anglais. En utilisant les mots dans le bol, il faut traduire les phrases ici. Donc, après avoir utilisé les mots une fois, il faut écraser les mots. Donc, what I like about the countryside is it's calm and quiet. Alors, non, what I like. Alors, ce qui me plaît about the countryside, we've not seen that. Ah, voilà, c'est ici, de la campagne. Ce qui me plaît de la campagne, is it's calm and quiet. Cherchez dans, it's hard today. Cherchez dans le bol pour trouver les mots, pour traduire les phrases 1, 2, 3 et 4. Aujourd'hui, 1 et 2, c'est difficile. 3 et 4 sont plus difficiles. Et 5, pour expert, il faut faire le défi additionnel ici. C'est très difficile ça. Put me on pause, give yourself 5 minutes, put a timer on your phone, and then restart me when you're ready for the answers. Bon courage, hein? Allez! Alors, you should have had your 5 minutes now. Let's go through what you should have got. A bit tougher today, this word soup, but it's to get you thinking about the language I want you to use in the speaking card and how to develop your ideas. Donc, le premier, beautiful sentence list in French. What I like about the countryside is it's calm and quiet. You should have said, ce qui me plaît de la campagne is c'est calme et tranquille. Excellent effort if you've got that. Look at that, it is feminine, so I've made this feminine. You've got to always think about these things in French. Alors, le deuxième, however, I prefer the town because there is lots to do. Donc, je dirais, cependant, je préfère la ville parce qu'il y a beaucoup de choses à faire. Lovely sentence. You see how I've linked these two together? And the question might ask me my opinion on the countryside, and I can talk about that, but then I can throw something like this, a preference, and this will make you stand out to the examiner. What this is dying for as well is an example. For example, I love films and I go to the cinema every week. In the countryside, I can't do that. That'd be beautiful. That'd be ideal. Right, guys, if you've done 1 and 2, you've done well. If you got into 3 and 4 in that 5 minutes, bravo. Let's go through the answers now. Alors, le troisième, having said that, there is too much traffic in my town. It's noisy and polluted. Another beautiful sentence. Donc, comment dit-on en français? On dit, cela dit, il y a trop de circulation dans ma ville. C'est bruyant et pollué. A beautiful, beautiful sentence here. This is a lovely connector for your speaking exam to think about on the spot. And then we've got these lovely pieces of vocabulary. Bruyant, pollué. They're really specific when talking about towns. Noisy and polluted, and the examiner will love that. Alors, et finalement, numéro 4, le dernier, très difficile, dit, I went shopping with my friend last Saturday. There aren't any cool shops in Sutton. What a shame. All right, let's have a look. Ça veut dire, j'ai fait des magasins avec mes amis le dimanche dernier et il n'y a pas de magasin chic à Sutton. Quel dommage. Another beautiful sentence. So, I've got the past tense here. Look at that. You need the past tense in your picture card. I've got a negative. Remember we learned our posh negatives? Maybe you could change this to say there's hardly any cool hardly any cool shops in Sutton. You need to change this word. Or there's none at all. There's no cool shops at all in Sutton. Again, you change that word. If you can't think of what to change it to, why don't you watch 2 lessons back and it will do you. This is what you need to think about today. And then this is an exclamative. Quel dommage means what's a shame. You'd have learned some of these in year 9. We had like quelle horreur, quel cauchemar, quel désastre. I want to hear those today. Put these in your speaking. It will make your work stand out. Alors, let's have a look at the extra challenge. Now remember what we said at the very start. Even if you're not asked specifically, what did you think when you were younger? You can still throw it in. And this is what we've got here. When I was younger, there were cool shops, but now they are closed. Beautiful sentence. You can drop that into your picture card today. This is how you... Et voilà, quand j'étais plus jeune, il y avait beaucoup de magasins chics, mais maintenant, les magasins, and you can either say ont fermé, have shut, or you can say sont fermés. If you use sont fermés, you are doing a bit of A-level French here. This is called the passive voice. Now, that might sound confusing. If you want to know more about it, in a year's time, take A-level French and I'll tell you about it in year 12. But if you do use être, remember our verb has to agree, so you add an S on the end here. So, les magasins ont fermé. If you're interested in this or want to know more, send me a little email and I'll help you out. Right, guys, so this is a beautiful extra challenge today. This is what you need to know. This is how to develop your ideas, put it into different tenses. The examiner will love it. You guys have got the skill to do this, to push for the top grades. So use it, guys. Use it when we come to our picture card. The challenge now, you know this language. You can put it into sentences. You're going to have to create it yourself in exam conditions. Alors, so guys, 2 things to watch out for. Time. How much time you have in the mocks. You'll only have 12 minutes. Today, I want you to be mean. I want you to set 12 minutes on your stopwatch or on your phones, right? And I want you to go for it. 12 minutes. Don't cheat. See what you can actually do to get a feel of what it's like. Second, giving detail and description. I've talked about just in the last few activities what I'd add, what you need to do. Make sure you can do that and give that detail and description as much as you can. So, picture card, you know how this goes. Here we go. This is what the picture card looks like. We've seen this loads and loads and loads. You've got a picture here and you've got some questions here. So you know the things to do. It's 12 minutes to prepare the picture card. You need just 12 minutes today. Set it on your phone. You can make notes up to a whole side of A4. And the best thing, yeah, you bring that into the exam. You read it off your piece of paper. You'd be an idiot not to use it. All right, in preparation time, there's nothing allowed. So do the same today. If you don't feel prepared, get off this video, do some practice on memorize, revise what we did the last 2 lessons, and then come back to it and start your 12 minutes again. Make sure it's for the best. And finally, there's no cheating for this. Believe me, I wish you could cheat, but you can't. There's no way around it. Let's do it. So what do you need to do? This is what I don't want to see, guys. This is what your mum will look like if you come home after doing this for your speaking exam. These things, absolutely no chance. This is our ladder to success, baby. There he is, isn't he cute? So this is what you need to do. Let's look at goal today. You should always have good pronunciation and intonation. Inaccuracies are minimal. Even if you're in Miss McGuire's class with a dead accent, you should still have good pronunciation, guys. You know what to do. You've got time to develop it. Second, students give lots of opinions and justify them, add in examples and narration. This is the standard for the gold, guys. This is what you need to do. Don't just tell me your opinions, develop it as much as you can. Can you give an example? So if you say you like your town because there's loads to do there, what? Like if you say it's great because there's a big cinema, why is that great for you? Your favourite subject to school is film studies and you watch a film a week, or you have Odeon Unlimited or whatever. The cinema in Saturn is Empire Unlimited. Talk about those things. Even if you don't nail them, the examiner's going to make sure you're in the 7, 8 or 9 grade boundary for trying to express yourself in that French. So use it, and then you should all be like this. Little hesitation, confident and fluid. This should be you. You should be confident in the spoken French you've got. Out of every school in the country, you guys at Glenthorne would have definitely practiced this more than anyone else. So be confident. You've got this. You're going to do well. Alors, donc, la première question, c'est toujours qu'est-ce qui se passe sur cette photo? What's happening in the picture? And think SWAM, guys. This is what SWAM stands for. Look at the next slide. Alors, donc, ceci, c'est notre photo pour aujourd'hui. So you've got a group of friends who are taking a picture in the middle of the countryside. That is what it's all about. This is a proper speaking card today. You know how this works. Yes, I'll leave this up for you in your 12 minutes preparation time. This is what you need to do. Use SWAM to answer question 1. We got a lot of full marks on the picture card when we last did this exam, which we last year. Loads of students got 24 out of 24. And the first question is what sets the bar. So use it. Here's what I'd write. Sur la photo, il y a des jeunes. Ils portent des chemises et des shorts. Il fait beau et il y a du soleil. Ils sont en train de prendre une photo à la campagne. Ils ont l'air très contents. Je pense que la photo veut dire que la campagne est formidable. Voilà, full marks, the ideal answer. All you need to do is use this to copy it out, guys. Use this for question 1. The rest of the questions are down to you. So set your timer for 12 minutes. Let me go through the questions before your time begins. Voilà, donc ici, vous avez les questions. I won't be translating these today. What I'm going to do is give you a minute to think about them, see if you can work them out, and then I'm just going to give you some pointers. Pause me now, read through these questions, see if you can work them out. Hello, year 10. Right, guys, have you worked out what these questions are? You can see today it's a different sort of style, but this is from our textbook, but it's still a proper speaking card, which should help you out. So you've also got the secret question today because it's a proper exam one. So in the 12 minutes, we've always done 5 questions. One of them you get asked on the spot. So you will have 4 questions to do. I'll give you that question right at the end today. I don't want you to prepare for it. So let's go for each one. Number 1, la description de la photo. If you don't know this, you're an idiot. Make sure you know the first question is always describe the picture. Don't get caught out by that. The second, ton opinion sur le campagne, your opinion on the countryside. So think about what we say and give your opinion. Don't think, I think the countryside is boring. You need to develop that. Why do you think it's boring? What are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? Could you say, on the one hand, the advantages is quiet, is calm, I like the fresh air, it's beautiful. On the other hand, maybe it can be a bit too quiet. I like going to the cinema. I love going to Nando's and I can't do that in the countryside. Think about developing your ideas. I put it over here. Opinion language, positives, negatives. Give examples. What about other people's opinions, right? And this is for 2 and 5, which I'll come to. Can you say, like, my mum loves going to the countryside. My mum wants to live in the countryside, but I prefer the city because tell me what you think. So let's get to number 5 while we're here. Your opinion on towns. So you see 2 and 5 are opinions I've put here. Don't repeat yourself. Whatever you say in 2, don't say again in 5, because on the mark scheme for your examiner, there is a thing that says repetition, and you don't want them to tick that because it means you get limited marks on everything because it says you're repeating yourself. So if you ever get 2 similar questions like this today, make sure they're completely different. Use different language. Make sure you make it as varied as possible. Numéro 3, I put a big thing here. This is in the past tense. Ce que tu as fait dans ta région récemment. So here we go. Past tense. Could you make it more interesting? It says what you did recently in your region. Could you not go cinemas and then get a burger, please, or go McDonald's? Could you do something more interesting with your lives, maybe in our region? So could you use module 3? Could you say you went to a party? Could you say you went to a nightclub? Could you say anything to make you stand out? Make sure it's perfect. Make sure it's exciting. Could you say it was a parade in Sutton? I don't know what they'd be celebrating in Sutton, but still, could you say it? Think about all the module 3 stuff. Could you say what you wore? Could you say what you did? Could you talk about a special occasion? All of that will make a difference and it will make you stand out. Right, guys, I've been through the card. We're going to turn to question 1 and then time yourself for 12 minutes. Voilà, donc ici vous avez le vocabulaire clé pour question 1. Put 12 minutes on your timer. Restart me again when you're done. Alors mes petits, right guys, it is performance time now if you've restarted me. So if you can get up to 1 minute and 10, I'll be really happy with that. Time yourself, time your performance and see what you get. 1 minute 30, oh, you're brilliant. This will mean like you're exam ready. 2 minutes or more will be fantastic. That includes time for this question here. So if you've already included it in one of your answers, don't worry about that. Go for it. On the spot, you need to answer this question as well. All right, put me on pause, see what you can do. Bon courage. Allez, bon effort tout le monde, right guys? So hopefully you're happy with what you've written and what you've performed. Why don't you spend a minute now, just before we finish, looking through the ladder to success. Where would you put your performance today? Where would you put your written work? Do you have this absolutely crucial thing for gold? When you read it out, what was your pronunciation like? What did you sound like? Do you think it sounded confident? Do you think it sounded fluid? Maybe you could have recorded yourself, or you could do it now and listen back to it and see what you think. Go through these things and see what you can do. All right, year 10, a really, really good effort here. This picture card, the more we practice it, it will be the best exam you do. I remember doing my year 11 speaking exam in French, and like the mocks I did in Christmas, I remember it so well. And it was just the first time I got the feeling that I could actually speak French. And I just remember like walking home being really happy with myself. That's what you guys will be like, well, if you work hard on your speaking. Well done today. Look forward to the next lesson. Hope you're all well. Any problems, any questions, email me. Alors merci Ethan. À la prochaine fois. Au revoir mes petits.